Thanks for joining us this week for Fragro Small Space Solutions. I'm Lavette, and I'm going to show you a simple irrigation system for your patio or patio ladder.
This is how I put my watering system together. First of all, you need to get some PCB, or you can get the rubber hose or however you want. It will also have to go in, you have to drill holes. You can see that. But I drilled my holes so they came out the bottom, but at an angle. That way the water will kind of go away and it's puddle down at the bottom. The plant will sit on top and the roots will stretch down and they'll be able to get a lot of water that way. Now, because my shelf is fairly large, I use this too. So I have this that I can join it with. And I decided, instead of having a pop bottle or something like that, which is perfectly valid and a lot of people use them, I like to go a little bit more fancy. So I went to the dollar store and I found some light bulbs. So these ones are really cool. I think they're supposed to actually light up, but I never really found out because that's not what I wanted them for. So these are light bulbs. So all I did is I got the top drilled out, and then I was able to get the bottom taken off, which is really handy. And then I just made some parts to get all these fittings put together.
If you want to try making something like this yourself, here's a step-by-step guide for you. It's based on what I put together, but feel free to change any part of it that best suits you. Here's the tubing. You want to drill holes in it. Mine are about 4 inches apart, and you want them on either side facing down. This is the joint I used because I wanted the watering to come through the tubes from the middle because they're so long, but you can always use one just off on the side if yours is a much smaller one. Next, I went and got these light bulbs. They're plastic. As you saw earlier, they're supposed to be lights. Now, all I needed to do with these was get the top drilled out so I could pour water in the top, and then you'll see the other parts. I did have to get a sprinkler bit to put inside the light bulb at the bottom just to fit that smaller tube to the larger part. You can use a rubber stopper, but again, just using parts we had lying around the house. Now, I use styrofoam to block the ends. Don't forget to block the ends or the water will run straight through and down the sides. Now, much like a lot of you, I've had a lot of packages and delivery, so I had a lot of styrofoam lying around, and again, I was trying to keep the cost down. But you can actually get caps, which is probably a better finish for the ends of your piping. Next, I just put a bit of soil at the bottom, not very much, because it's not very deep in those ladder steps that I have, but I wanted enough in there that I could place the tubing and the light bulb and not have them fall over while I was trying to plant the plants. So here's the tubing inside the shelf, and as you can see, it's pretty sturdy and upright just because of that soil I had in the bottom, and I also did them quite tight up against the edges. And here's a perfect look at the top of the light bulb where I had it drilled out, and I just use a juice container or something with a smaller spout to fill the light bulb up when I want to water. Here is planting. So I have some cilantro and chives there, so I've planted plants on top of the tubing and filled in the soil around them. And remember to keep your spacing on your plants because it is a pretty tight area. So I was only to get 4, maybe 5 items in there with the light bulb. So make sure you're aware of that. And here's the finished product. I have some dill, and I believe I had coriander off on the other side. Oh no, Italian parsley on the other side. And this is the finished product. So again, you can use all these steps, just change out the parts that work for you. I know that herbs prefer watering from the bottom. They don't like to be watered on the top, especially when the sun comes out. It can fry the edges. And here's my ladder after a few months, I'd say about a month and a half, maybe 2. And they're lush and green and gorgeous. Thank you so much for watching. I hope something in here gives you some inspiration to do some small space solutions of your own.
And don't forget to check in next week when we show you how to prune and harvest your basil. We'll even show you a delicious pepper
Everyone here at Fragro, thank you for watching. Stay healthy, be happy, and we'll see you next time.